our charming prince. I love this frog, which is really funny for me, considering I'm looking at it thinking, you know, this is so something a grandma, I am a grandma, but that a grandma would have, and I always said I would never have cheap, tacky things in my yard, but I think he's so cute. I really do. Sorry. It's tacky. Sometimes tacky is cute. It's adorable. All right, we're starting with the Merlin's Wand. Now we're at 21 minutes. So Merlin's Wand, got that in Sedona, going up to the Shaman's Cave. Wish you could see how bitchin' it is. Maybe it's not as dark as I think it is. There we go. I hiked 5.5 hours to get and saw that, and I had to carry it all the way back down. It was worth it. It was worth it, every step. Okay, so this is earth signs, we said, right? Garnet. Purification and Okay, hold on. We need your help here, baby. Purification and detoxification. It's time to release physical and energetic toxins from your life. I think that's funny. Especially since Garnet is the love stone, right? It's one of the love stones. What would love say? What would love do? Who would release what was bad, negative, and toxic to you and anyone else? So it's validating what you already knew, basically, straight up. And it's telling you, get rid of it. Release the toxins, whatever's in your body. And look at me, P.S. I'm drinking my smoothie. In here, I've got my detox that I drink every morning. It was funny. I'm going to say something else. Detoxifying is also releasing, you know, like by exercising, it's releasing, you know, getting your body moving so that you can get the sluggish, your sluggish system moving and energy moving through your body again, getting the fat off your body, getting your muscles sore, getting your muscles in shape again, getting everything strengthening everything, your core. I mean, all of that has to do with your spiritual life, your mental thinking, everything. So yesterday, it was funny. I think I was talking to my friend Fern the other day. And I said, sorry, I didn't answer. I was working out. And he says, get your workout on. And then somebody said something to me as well. And I was tired and I wasn't doing it. And they're saying, yeah, well, or my landlord, he goes, well, you better get down to the gym. And I'm like, okay, that was a hint from the universe. So I do that every night. If I'm exhausted, I do it. That's a way of detoxifying. It's also a way of detoxifying your thoughts and feelings, because if you're upset, if you're angry, if you're worried, if you're stressed out, whatever it is, if you work out in the gym, you release that. If you work out riding a bike, if you exercise, if you clean your house, I start cleaning usually if I'm angry, but it's removing old stale energy from your inner self, your body, your mind, your thoughts, everything. It gets everything moving again. So that's one way you can do it as well. Another way is, clearing, right? Clean off your Facebook page. You see stuff there that you don't like, and you know, I'm not going to just block somebody straight off. I'll usually watch for a while to see if this is, you know, consistent behavior, and it wasn't consistent behavior for him. So I wouldn't have done that if he hadn't have responded the way he did. But that was clear, and his friend was definitely clear. So detoxify by removing people too, because you want to support your mental health, your spiritual health. You know, it affects your mind. It affects your physical health. Come out, sweetie. Come on, baby chicken. So what is the first thing that comes to mind when you think about detoxifying? It can be anything. You know, maybe you want to stop smoking cigarettes. Maybe you've been eating way too much junk. Maybe you've been eating, you get, like with me, I get my body in good shape and I'm doing really, really well, right? My body's slim and I'm in fit shape, and I figure, all the stuff I really love, like I could live on bread and water. I love carbs. I love pasta and I love carbs. But it doesn't love my ass or my thighs or my arms or my stomach, right? So what do? You start looking really good and you think, oh, I can have some more of that. And then you have some more of that and some more of that. And pretty soon now you're all upside down again. So maybe you have to watch what you're eating. Maybe you have to watch what you're saying. Maybe you have to watch your tone of voice. Maybe you have to watch your associations, the movies that you watch, the songs that you listen to. I had an issue, everybody has issues with their teenagers. And it's, kids, they, whatever's popular, right? But I had an issue with my kids, with the music that they listened to when they were growing up. And it was funny because my daughter had an Eminem CD, and I wouldn't let her listen to it because the particular one I listened to was all swearing. solid, and it was gross, and I didn't like it, and I said no. And then they laughed at me later because I love M&M. And I do swear, but they were little. It wasn't okay. I didn't swear around them when they were little. Don't do as I do, do as I say. What else was it that my son... I was in a different frame of mind then, too. What else? There was a book or a video that somebody brought into the house to watch. And a video game, that's what it was. My stepdaughter, Kendra, she had... every kid has them, too. It was it Nintendo or whatever those games were, and it was Grand Prix... what was it? Everybody knows it. I can't remember what it's called right now, but it was slashing and murdering old ladies and people. It was just really, really violent. And I said, no, sorry. Because kids sit there, and my grandson does. He's got some of the most disgusting video games, and he's 12. He's a really good kid, and he's actually a really super sensitive child. But that's how we desensitize. That's how children are desensitized. That's how we as adults become to the point where we're desensitized watching animals be hurt or other people being hurt, because we watch it in movies and it's not real, and we know it's not real, so it doesn't affect us. And then when we actually see it, we're not moved by it. I can't watch any of that. It's so upsetting to me. I literally, if there's a scene where someone's going to get killed, I cover my eyes. If there's an animal, I have to leave the room. Like, I can't. There's no way. Isn't that weird? Because I'm more connected to the animals. And I will tell you, because they were my best friends growing up. I didn't have friends. I had animals. So, that's why hunting, please, I'll say it again. If you're going to be posting pictures of you, if you're animals that you've hunted on your pages, please block me and delete, or just delete me. I can't see it. It's really upsetting to me. So, Spirit's been basically telling you that they want you to either clean up your energy as far as your diet. They want you to abstain from maybe chemicals, try and use holistic means. Like, I don't want to spray for ants, right? I hose the deck off, or or what I'll do is I'll put something out, that a deterrent afterwards that they don't like, so they won't come back. Maybe, like I said, there's a relationship that you're connected to. It's harsh. You're with somebody that's just really, they're really nice to you. They're really cool to you, but they're really harsh about other people. Like when I first came to this neighborhood, I was invited across the street. This guy liked me, and my roommate and I went across, and they had this little gathering of people in the parking lot, and we were sitting there talking, and 3 brothers and their one brother came up, and he was huge. He was a big guy, big. And he had these 3 younger brothers one was older and 2 were younger, and they were real thin, and they just started talking, saying really mean things about him. And I'm going to say this, I'm sorry, but I have to say it. One of the guys goes, yeah, well, he's a fucking fag. And I immediately, the hair on my back of my neck stood up. I was just like, okay, this isn't going to go well. It's not for me. This isn't going to go well. And it went on and on and on, and the thing, and over and over. And finally I said, stop talking about him like that. And he goes, I can talk about, and now he's there. He walked up, he was standing there. He goes, I can say whatever the fuck I want. He's my brother. And I said, I don't care if he's your wife. You don't speak about him like that. Don't talk about him like that. It's offensive. I said, I've got gay friends, and that's not okay. And everyone in the group got quiet. My roommate looked at me like, oh shit. And I looked at her like, you know what? You say anything and we're done too. If you don't stand up, that's fine, but you say anything and we're out. I'm out. And they all jumped in, and the guy goes, it's okay. I'm used to it. And I said, you shouldn't be used to it. It's not okay. It's never okay. That's disgusting. And I said, and if there was something about you that somebody could take and they could attack and put it out there and humiliate you in front of a bunch of people, and your brothers did it to you, how would you feel? Anyway, they didn't like me. And my girlfriend actually stood up. I was shocked. She said, I agree. I don't like it either. It's offensive to me. So it was very awkward after that, and I excused myself and left the room. I left the group. I never went back. That was it. They showed me. I knew I didn't want to be around this neighborhood. I knew I didn't want to be around all those bros. I knew it. And then when that happened, that was it. I was done. So, on social media, do you need to take care of things on social media, things that you see? You can hide ads or posts that you don't like. I do that for a while, like I said, in case it's just they're unaware. But then when it gets to the point where I'm constantly doing that, then they're gone. So maybe things that we post. This is a lesson for me too. I have to be really careful of what I say and how I say it, right? And somebody might say to me, hey, Sherry, did you realize blah, blah, blah? And I'll be like, oh, God. No, shoot. And I have had that happen, and I'll go back and I'll delete something like immediately. You know, if I didn't understand it, I didn't do it right, I'm sorry. But whatever it is, this is healthy. This is healthy for you. And remember, Spirit said sometimes you'll lose friends. Good, they're not friends. Remember that one that's in the, I'm at the party hanging out with my friends. You know, I'll be over here in the corner with the girl who's gossiping about all of her friends while they're not here, and the guy who's throwing up in the garbage can because he can't hold his liquor, and God, I wish I was home with my good friends, you know, talking about saving the world. I'll just be kind of standing over here in the corner. Yeah, I came with my friends. And at the end, well, I'm going to go, you know, tell my buddies I'll be out in the car. They're not your friends. Why are you there? They're not your friends. They're not your buddies. You're not like them. So why are you there? Peer pressure? You don't want to step out? You don't want to be different? You feel like you'll be alone? I would rather be alone than be around that company. So reach out for support to make the changes that you need to make. If you need to stand up, if you need to say something or do something, ask Spirit to help you. Give you the courage to do it. You know, it's not always easy for me to stand up and do the things that I do. People think, oh, she's so outspoken, blah, blah, blah. No, I've had to stand up against my own father. That was really hard. That was really hard. He'd been out of my life almost half my life, more than half my life. I'd wanted him in my life so badly. But he attacked my twin. He said, and you know, it wasn't okay. And I didn't intend to, cut our relationship off with my father. I just stood up for my twin. He cut it off. But it was like, hey, if you're going to walk out of my life again, when you speak disrespectfully about somebody that you know I love, that's not okay. You know, you need to own up to that too. And he's too stubborn, and so we don't have a relationship. So that's hard. You know, that's tough. I've wanted my dad in my life my whole life. I wouldn't have chased him for so many years if I didn't want a father. Until I realized, you shouldn't chase what you love. And if somebody loves you, they come to you. They want to be in your life. They're not going to walk away from your life. I went and I explained to him, but he was too proud and wouldn't concede and would rather have me out of his life again. So basically it was, again, Spirit showing me this is a toxic relationship. Sometimes it's family. Sometimes it's really hard. You don't want to lose people in your life. You may not want to lose a friend. You may have been friends with that person since, junior high school. But they've made themselves very clear. And your life is maybe different now. Maybe you've awakened and you're looking at things in a different way. Maybe you grew up and you had an issue. You used to call people fag. Oh, fag. There's a fag, man. I would never hang out with gay people. And then you grew up. And then you met somebody and they helped you. And guess what? They're gay. Wow. Now it all comes flooding back, right? Or what happens if there's somebody that you love, like your mom or your dad, and they come out to you and say that they're gay? Wow. And you know what? A lot of times people that are in the closet, they are afraid to come out, so they will gay bash. I'm just using gay as an example. It can be anything, right? You can be somebody who bashes spiritual people. Yeah, because because they don't want anyone to know that that's what they are too. And they're ashamed that they're not standing up for themselves. It comes out as anger. So here stands your dad in front of you, or your mom. Your mom. She gave birth to you. She raised you. She loved you. And I'm gay. Are you going to cut me out of your life? God, all of a sudden it all comes back and it changes everything, because now here's somebody standing in front of you that means everything to you. How could I have said those things about someone like you? But I didn't understand it. It's not something that I'm used to. I don't understand that kind of behavior. It isn't who I am. I'm heterosexual. I don't understand it. I'm sorry. I've watched a lot of this in my dreams, connecting with different people going through this, and I feel that's why I'm crying. I'm connecting with people right now, feeling this. So ask Spirit to help you, and ask for forgiveness, and forgive yourself for not knowing better. We don't all know better. We all make mistakes. We all do stupid things. We all make really bad choices. I chose to say that. I chose to do that. And it wasn't cool. And I made a big mess out of things. And it hurt more than one person, and I can't take it back. Remember that song? I can't uncry those tears. I can't take away that pain. So think about the garnet, that deep red, and think about that love, that deepness. And you think about pomegranate seeds. It's funny, pomegranates always come up with me, and I know it's a special, the Jews used a pomegranate. It was seen as the forbidden fruit originally. It was so wanted, so desired. And you think about all those seeds in there. The garnet is actually a name for a family of gemstones, not just one type. So all these different seeds, and you think about all the different races and all the different beliefs and all the different ways people are, right? Can't we just agree to disagree? You don't have to agree with what somebody does. I told you, I'm not into bondage and sadomasochism. I'm not. To me, it's disrespectful of your human vessel. That's my belief system. I don't appreciate it. I don't approve of it. Whatever you do is your thing. I will tell you, to hurt another human body or to disrespect a body is not coming from the light. It isn't. It's disrespectful. Now, you may look at it and say, I don't feel that's disrespectful. And then that's on you, right? That's why, I mean, it's so broad. That's why do not judge, lest you be judged, right? It's hard. We got to be careful. There's so many things. I told you, Spirit smacks me all the time. So, garnet is actually a magnetic gemstone, which is interesting. So it's used in support of detoxification or purification. So if there's issues that you're trying to pull something out of your body, or you want to stop something from your body from wanting or craving something, wear a necklace with garnets. And that's kind of like a repeller, right? Or it's pulling it out of your body, the desire away from your body. I think that's kind of cool. This went on kind of long, but whatever. Ooh, regret. Interesting. Well, let's read it this way, since this is how it came. If you dwell on missed opportunities, you have an excuse to live in regret and avoid new challenges. Everything happens for the best, so step up. Great opportunities abound. This kind of goes along well with that message, because in that bag is all your regret that you've been carrying around. All the things you didn't do, all the things that you did that you wish you didn't do. You're not moving forward. You're stuck in that chair with this big bag of regret. It's weighing you down. And you feel like you're exposed and you're vulnerable and humiliated, maybe, because look at her chest. It's like blue sky and puffy clouds. I always say puffy clouds is, it's good stuff, but it's like I just saw the light, right? It just came to me. My heart just showed me the light, the truth, the wisdom around my neck, those pearls. I realized. And look you're wearing a checkered flag for a skirt. You're supposed to move forward, but you don't. This could be a guy wearing checkered pants, right? You're supposed to move forward. There's your foot. You need to go. You need to go up those stairs. You need to get going. But you've got this big bag of regret. It weighs a ton. Shame, embarrassment, guilt, sorrow, anger at yourself. Damn it, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I take that chance? Well, quit sitting there. Go. Go. Shoot for the moon and you'll land amongst the stars. Go for it. Don't regret it. And you know what? Even all the rotten things we did and said, they were lessons. You can't regret the things that happened because they made you who you became. You're enlightened now. Now you've got pearls of wisdom. Now you can explain to other people why this isn't a good idea. Let down your psychic antennae. Oops, sorry, you guys aren't even in the picture here. Sorry. Move this down a squirt. There we go. Remove your psychic antennae from that bun. Let your hair down so that you can connect a little better, because while you're dragging this regret around, you aren't connecting properly. You're not listening to your higher self, because your higher self would say that you need to forgive yourself and move on. And if you have to ask for forgiveness from someone else, or acknowledge something, then do it. But get moving. Get moving. Your life's in front of you. It's not there sitting in that chair holding on to that bag of regret and worry and sadness. Whoop. Sorry, dude. Celebrate life. You're doing great. There you go. There you go. Look at the confetti. Woo! Let's go for it. Celebrate life. You know what? Just acknowledging something, just you figuring it out, that's something to congratulate yourself on. You've seen the light in that. Wow, that's a big deal. If you were a gay basher and all of a sudden, and you know what, maybe you weren't a gay basher. Maybe you just judged them. Maybe you just thought it was disgusting because you don't understand it. Right? Your body is made for one purpose and one purpose only, and blah, 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 whatever. But now, what if you have a child that comes to you and says that they're gay? Are you going to cut them out of your life? Well, I know my son would. You know what? Maybe he wouldn't cut his own son out of his life. And I thought of that often. I said that to my daughter when he cut me out of his life. I said, you know what would be ironic? Is if Teddy ends up being gay. He loves Teddy. How's he gonna handle that? And now imagine that child growing up with knowing he's gonna have to say that to his father. Woo! Yeah, you've learned something big, haven't you? That's wonderful. That's actually really wonderful. That's a beautiful thing that has happened. And instead of sitting there dwelling on all the things that maybe have been said in the past, now you are, what a weight that is lifted. And now you can be supportive. My daughter went through this period where she thought that her son was gay. He wasn't. She thought my son was gay. And my mom did too. And I don't know. I mean, I don't say my son's gay, but if he ended up being gay, and maybe he hasn't shown it because he's a Jehovah's Witness, you know, I said, well, what if Trey is gay? And I said, he's not, by the way, because I got energetically from Spirit. No, he's not. And she said, I'll be the biggest supporter you ever saw. And she would be, too. My daughter, for the issues that we have between us, she's an amazing mother. Amazing mother. Loves her son. Will go to the mat. She's amazing. They have a great relationship, those two. So, now you can be that, right? For your child or your friend or your dad or your mom. Yeah, because you know what? They need that. We all need support. We all need people to be on our team. Everybody in this planet. So who are we going to now? Where we're at? We went to sun signs. So sun is fire. All right, what do we get? Purgatory. Yuck. Purgatory is that in-between space, right? Like that's the hangman. You're in purgatory. Oh, I'm sorry, Lily. Do I have my decks on your chair? How could I do that? Let me move them. Okay. I'm sorry. Here. Lily, come here, honey. Sorry, you guys. I've got to let her have her space. She's really not doing good. Come here, Mama. It's okay, honey. It's okay. Want to get down? Go. Get down. It's okay. She's not feeling well, but she wants to be with me. Poor little thing. Can you guys give her love? Can you send her some love? It's okay, Mama's chicken. When you send it to her, when you watch this video, she'll get that energy. She needs it. She's important to me. Okay, baby chicken, even though she's a pain in my ass. All right. Purgatory. At 43 minutes. So, think about that. I'm saying that you're the hangman or the hangwoman, right? You're upside down. So, the emotional upside down. Emotional ups and downs. Maybe you're going up and down, you know, between this or that. And when that happens, you feel like you start going one way and then you go back the other way and it's like, oh, you know, 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. But in actuality, it's a healing process that you're going through. Because what's going on is you're trying to release something. You're transforming something. And you're trying to release what is not good for you. It no longer serves you. And even though it feels like shit, it's good. This is good. We give all the reasons why this is good, right? It's embarrassing to admit my mistakes. It's embarrassing to step forward. It's difficult to walk away from people I love. It's difficult to own up to my mistakes. It's difficult to whatever. It's hard. But it's worth it because you're becoming a stronger, better, more enlightened person. And you can help others. This does not serve your life. It is not useful in your life. It shouldn't be there. So, for you to help yourself do this and release this, one way you can do this is think about anything that you think doesn't serve a useful purpose in your life. Like, I don't know. I mean, excess clothes, things you don't wear. I don't know. Once you've made your list, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to, and put negative thoughts and fears too on the list. So then you look at the list. And then everything on that list, you shine the light on it because that's what we are. We shine this light on it. We're the fire signs and we use the sun. So you can imagine the sun right there shining down on it. And now it's going to change into all of these rainbow colors. The violet ray, golden light. Just imagine it going around and around on all of these negative things that are leaving your life. And they're turning all of that negativity, negative fears, worries, doubts, old friendships, old associations, old belief systems, old behavior patterns. You're allowing it to go. And it's all transforming into something beautiful. Because whenever I do a full moon release, that's what I say. You know, I write my list out, and then I write it all down, all the things that I would no longer wish to carry, that are no longer in my highest good. You know, guilt, fear, money concerns, extra weight, worry, anger, relationships that don't work, you know, patterns, destructive patterns, whatever. Write them all down, and then I light it on fire under the full moon, and as the smoke rises, I ask that it be transmuted back into pure white light. Because we don't want any of that negative crap out there, because it's negative energy. We want to release the negative energy, but we don't want to just throw it out there. It's like getting rid of your garbage and throwing it out in the street, right? So transform it, and then it clears it, and it heals it. And when that's happening, that's clearing and transforming and healing you. So transformation is a change. It means we need to let go of one aspect in order for something else to happen, right? And you need to trust in the process. So whatever transformation you're going through right now, maybe you're letting go of a relationship that there was love there, but it's not good for you. It's toxic. It's hard to let it go. Maybe you're letting go of smoking, and I like smoking. It calms me. It feels good. I like it. Not to mention everybody hangs out outside for the cigarette breaks, and now I'm not going to be able to go out there. It's something you don't want to let go of. You wouldn't do it in the first place if you didn't like it, right? So it's hard. So you have to trust the process. And then once you surrender, whatever it is, you realize that whatever you let go is replaced with something beautiful, like that butterfly. That's the transformation. Thank you for that. And you know what the colors of that were? Black and orange. So black is the dark energy that you're letting go, and orange is your sacral chakra, seat of sexual energy and creativity. So something amazing. You're letting go of the darkness to create something more wonderful. Perfect timing. Like that. Bondage. See? You've bound yourself up with your own negative thinking. Stop it now. Challenge yourself to replace negative expectations with a positive outlook. Prepare for rapid change in your life. You have tied yourself up in those knots. It's not even reality. It's all clear. Puffy skies, sunshine. Fear is false expectations appearing real, false evidence appearing real. There's no use in beating yourself up with things you can't undo, right? So what is keeping you tied up in bondage? Your own negative thoughts. So we get to choose how to think. We get to choose every day what we're going to think, say, do when we wake up. We can change our mind. We can change our course of action. We can do anything we want to do. And when we do that, and we reach for the better feeling thought and the positive outlook, then we see rapid change. Ooh, that's how fast. Days. How many days? Oh, it was time frame. So days, in a matter of days. So if it's something different, like if these cards are all separate, whatever happens, happens in a matter of days. Ooh, or you have only days to do it. Or it will take days for this to for this to happen. Or I don't know, how much time will I have to put into this? How long will it take for this to settle? How long will it take to get there? How long before this reaches that destination? How much time do I have? Days. Oh gosh, I hope that's not about Lily. I'll be shown that if it is. Ooh, that just came to my mind. I don't like thinking that. So you know what? When you do that, like what I just did, challenge yourself to replace negative expectations with a positive outlook. Lily's fine. She just probably has an upset stomach. It's just that we got that message about wills yesterday, right? And I thought about that. Ugh. Okay. So, but I've also said that I don't like to work with death. I've told Spirit that. So, sorry, taking a swig of my smoothie. I didn't clean my mug out very well because I feel like there's soap in there. Yuck. Who did we have? So we had Merlin's staff, we had the sun, Dragonfly, those are water, earth, fire, water. Who did I say was air? Oh, air's right here. We'll go to air. And then we'll do water. Katanga, King of Spring. Katanga. This is interesting to me. Now's your moment to step into a leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful as long as you stay focused upon the big picture. You know what I think is really cool about this? Hold on. Is there a way that this can help me? I thought these little ridges, maybe this way, would hold the, yeah. Okay. What I'm noticing here is the king. The king is, look at that big guy, right? In a position of authority, big strong guy from a royal line. He's elevated, right? Maybe he's elevated himself. Maybe he thinks that of himself. No, well, could be. Inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, wise, king of fire. Hothead, maybe. Maybe he just thinks he's all that in a bag of chips. All I know is there's a sparrow that he's listening to. Sparrow is often underestimated, right? The sparrow is the symbol of self-worth. The sparrow is the survivor. The sparrow is the long shot kid, the long shot horse, the one you never thought would come up from behind, the one that people always step on, people take advantage of, people disregard. You underestimate the sparrow, but the sparrow can survive anywhere. Anywhere. They go through anything and they can survive. And anywhere in the world you'll find a sparrow. They are a community bird. They don't have exceptional colors, right? They're not a peacock, you know, they don't strut their stuff. They're quite unassuming. And as I said that, and was it an orange dragonfly that just went by? I'll have to see him again. He'll have to show himself clear. It might have been it had to be, I believe it had to be an orange dragonfly because there was no other color in it. It was just solid orange. We'll see. It might be an orange butterfly again. No, there's the dragonfly, but that one's not orange. Okay. There's a reason, though, because the dragonfly and that sparrow are connected. So here you see this king, even though he is maybe a leader of a corporation, a father figure, a grandfather, you could be the patriarch of the family. And this could be your grandson. You're listening. This is what I'm getting. I'm sure there's many different readings for this card, but that's what I'm looking at. Because of the way he is looking down to this little bird, he's listening to this bird. He's not hurting him, right? He could just kick his paw and swipe him and he'd be gone. Why is he not doing that? Why is he fascinated with that little bird? That little bird is on a little sprig of bright growth. He's talking to him. And the lion is listening. And there's a new moon. And the new moon is new beginnings, new ideas, fresh perspective. So maybe this little sparrow has told you something. They've given you a fresh perspective. And Spirit's saying, okay, King, it's time for you. You are dramatic. You're an ambitious, wise, inspiring person. People will listen to you. It's time for you to step up. Don't back away. You're the king. Your plans will be successful if you stay focused on the big picture. So what is it that little sparrow has enlightened you about? What have you learned? What's changed? Something's new. Something has come up that you didn't know before. There's a reason you're stopping. Maybe you're stopping right now and you're thinking, I'm going to do a whole bunch of different things with this. You've got some things that you need to do. You've got a role, you're going to step forward and you've got something to say, you've got something to deliver, something that you're going to organize. All eyes are going to be on you. So before you get out there and do that, before you say what you know you need to say, you're going to take a little time to get grounded. You're going to take you're breathing, you're going to take get some fresh air in, clean out your lungs, clear your head, get your thinking straight. Still, even if that's what you're doing, you're still looking at that little bird, that little sparrow, when you're trying to get your head straight. So that little sparrow is telling you something. Maybe you're that big, strong guy, but you're actually really timid inside. Maybe there's something that you have to do that you're really uncomfortable with. Maybe you're big in the business world, right? Everybody looks up to you. You're the king of the corporation. You've got companies that you run. You're fantastic at what you do. Everybody, You know, you've got your world traveled. People come to you all the time for your advice. But you've got to do something about a relationship. And you're not good with that. You're not good with your words. You're not good with expressing your feelings. You're not good with the gentle touch. And that little sparrow is telling you, you remember, you have courage of a lion. You are strong. People are looking up to you. People are listening to you. They follow your example. You want to do the right thing. You want to show them, and you want to show them that even someone in your position can be corrected, can listen to someone lesser than you, that you would normally not even pay attention to. Because if you come forward and you say that, that's going to make a huge statement. If you stand corrected, gosh, I think of my grandma. My grandmother was amazing, you guys. She was raised in the Great Depression by a very abusive father who sexually molested all of the kids. Her sister had a child by him, was sent away like she had done something wrong. The child was born, given up for adoption, and I don't know what they did to her body, but she was never able to have kids after that. Horrible, horrible, very, very hard life. They never went to the dentist. They couldn't have their teeth fixed. They had to walk miles. Remember the stories about, I had to walk 5 miles in the snow? They did. Their shoes were worn out on the bottom. There was like 7 kids. She said her teeth hurt so bad she would hit her teeth with a spoon to take the pain away. Great childhood, up at 4 a.m, do all the work, and then go to school miles and miles, and then be abused by your own father, and your mother stands by. Not a great life. Moves away from there, goes through abusive relationships, decides I'm never going to marry again, turns into the rock of the family, takes care of everybody, is the most generous, loving, kind, honorable person I knew. My hero, my grandma. She was the one who raised me. And I said to her, because I was a Jehovah's Witness, and I was worried about her dying at Armageddon, because I was taught that God was going to kill my grandma because she wasn't the same religion as me. I had worried about it my whole childhood because I loved her so much. And I was crying one day, and I said, Grandma, what happens when you go to sleep if you wake up and you're in the paradise and you realize you were wrong? And what would you do? And she said, I would say I stand corrected. And she's the one who said, we can agree to disagree. We don't have to fight everyone, and we don't all have to have the same opinion. All we have to do is love each other. So when someone like that comes forward and speaks and admits their mistakes, or says to a bunch of people, I was wrong, and this is the way we're going to do it from now on, and this is what I'm going to do, wow, you make a loud statement. That's way more important than me saying it. They wouldn't even pay attention to me. They're going to pay attention to you. So take a leadership role. You stand in front of a lot of people. You can make a big difference for a lot of people. Use your platform in a positive way. And that's what I feel Spirit is saying for all of us. Whatever platform that we have, use it in a way to inspire other people. Because now's the time. Don't be shy. People need this right now. And your plans, whatever it is that you're working on, Spirit says you're going to be successful. You just have to stay focused on the big picture and not worry about the little details. Maybe you're worried. This is a little detail, and he's telling you, don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. Remember, it's all about self-worth, because the sparrow is also the bird of victory. It also is saying that, you know what? Maybe I can do something for you. You might look at me and not think that I hold much water, but you know what? I'm strong. You won't eradicate me easily. I'm strong. I'm determined. I'm the long shot kid. I can do a lot for you. I can sing. I can speak. Maybe that's what's happening here. Maybe this little bird's asking the king, I'd like to work for you. You aren't looking at me in the right light. You're underestimating me. I can tell you that no matter what the weather, no matter what the challenges, I will survive. I'm a hard worker, and I get it done. And by the end of it, you're going to be putting a blue ribbon on me. And he's looking at that little bird going, dang, man, I like that attitude. I like that attitude. I want you part of my company. So delegate some of your work to someone else. Maybe you're thinking, you've got to do it all. And you're underestimating the people around you. Maybe you haven't given anybody an opportunity, right? Maybe you felt like, well, they're not as educated as me, or they are not as worldly wise as me, or they haven't had this position before. But, you know, look at that person. Is that a strong person? Is that a survivor? Is that somebody that maybe you should give a chance? Because this king, the Katanga, this is a dramatic, inspiring, ambitious person. And to follow his advice, you'd be smart, right? So that's why you need to be really, really careful about the words that you speak and the platform that you use it in a positive way. That little friend is reminding you, focus on the higher ideas, spiritual ideas. Fly high to spirit. Keep your thoughts to spirit. Allow your mind to open up, expand. If this lion comes to you and asks you for something, what if this lion says, I want to help you out? You say, yes, please, and thank you. This lion needs to recognize his place. But we also need to recognize that this one we're speaking about, he does like to be the star. He doesn't like to be upstaged. And he's a very dedicated parent. But he's the king, right? I'm the king. I don't like to be humiliated. I don't want to be spoken down to. You know, it's difficult. It's kind of like my dad when I told him that he wasn't to speak about my twin the way he did. He didn't like that. But humility is a really, really amazing quality. So being the king of the jungle is not just about being powerful and brave. They walk with royalty. They exude that royalty. Have you ever met people like that? My dad has that. It's charisma. They walk with that air, right? Got to be careful not to tip over that and get in and let that go into pride. And you got to think about that. That big animal, that's a cat. They're independent, but it's still a big pussycat. A lot of times they might look scary and ferocious, but really there's just a kitten inside of that heart. They're also extremely loyal. They go after what they want and they hold on. They've got a tenacity, you know, like that plucky little bird. They both hold that. So Spirit's saying for you at this time, you need to be courageous and set your sights on your target, whatever they are, professional, personal. Remember your platform. Remember who's watching and who's listening and what effect you can change. What change you can bring about. Ooh, I like friendship. See, I like this. That's what I like. These two are friends. Because you know what? Maybe they weren't at one time, but the lion learned from that little sparrow. Wow. You know what? I want you on my team. You know what? You can sit right in the middle of my crown. That will be your little railing. What an unlikely pair, right? Friendship. The true value of the value of a true friend is priceless. He gave this lion words of wisdom to help him, enlightened him. Maybe this lion is gay. Or maybe this lion just found out that his son is gay. Wow. And he's struggling with himself. And this little sparrow is saying, that's your son. That is part of you. You made him, and God made him. There's nothing wrong with him. He's beautiful. And you need to stand up for him. You need to be his supporter. You vowed to care for him. You vowed to protect him no matter what. The world will have to come through me to get to you. Remember saying those words? And the lion's listening. God. That's a true friend. He stood up to that lion. He told that lion something that lion could have killed him for saying that. But he recognized the wisdom in it. Because this king is just. This king is wise. He knows. You're right. This is going to be a lifelong friendship. Whether you begin there or you wind up there, the friendship is the foundation for any enduring relationship. This is beautiful. I love that. I don't even want to show you them. I like showing you them like that. That's who they are. Can you see the blonde hair and the dark hair? That's them. The sun is setting on this day, and it's a beautiful friendship that's been formed. And look who's speaking here. Not the sparrow. Now the lion is speaking, saying, I appreciate that. I appreciate what you've shown me. It's going to make a big difference in my son's life and the life of a lot of other people. And I'm going to run my company different too. I've been really hard on people like that. I've not allowed people to work for me that were gay. I'm going to change that. I don't know why this is all about gay right now, but it is. I don't know. It just seems to be. I'm not gay. I don't think I have any family members that are gay, but I've got friends that are. And check it out, you're busting free. What a beautiful thing. This could just be any friendship that we're talking about. A friendship. This is someone that you trust, the true friend, someone who's loyal to you, someone that's going to call you on your shit when they know that you're wrong. But they do it in a kind way, like my twin does with me. Somebody who, even if you mess up, if you apologize to them, they forgive you. They're your friend. They don't want to fight with you. They love you. That's a friend. When the chips are down, they don't look at me any differently. I was a king. I ran a big company, and now I have nothing. I've got nothing but pennies. And in the Bible, they said that the sparrows, they were sold as a bird of small worth. They weren't worth much. But that was what the king is listening to. It doesn't change who you are. I see you like this. How about that? How about you see yourself like this, but I see you like that? You don't change in my eyes. I know. We all have that in us. I support you. I respect you. You can do anything you set your mind to. Don't think you can't, says the solar plexus. I'm proud of you. Don't let the sun set on a friendship in an angry state. You have a problem with someone. You go to them and you figure it out. Whatever you can do. What would love say? What would love do? Don't let the sun set. That's a true friend. And whether you begin there or whether you end up there, that's a friend that you keep. I don't agree with your whole spiritual stuff. I don't understand it. It's not my belief system. That's okay. I don't agree with yours either, but I still love you. Can we agree to disagree? Song right now. I heard you love the wild ones. You're busting free with that one. So at 1 hour and 8 minutes, we go to the Dragonfly lights, water signs. Right as I heard you like the wild ones. If I took you home, it'd be a wild ride. I love this song. Wolves. Moonstone. Right on. Ooh, look how that blends with your coloring. So the Moonstone is talking about your intuition. It's talking about your dreams. It's talking about your feminine energy, loving, nurturing, giving energy. I love my Moonstones. I'm wearing my ring. There's one of my Moonstones. There's my other. Isn't it interesting, the colors and what they look like? Some can look like this. I have raw Moonstones from Moonstone Beach on California coast. They look very different when they're not polished. All different colors like that. They can have a lot of fire in them. So you think about the moon. The moon affects our emotions. I don't know, I always get it wrong. 2/3 water? I don't know, I used to say 95% water. People are like, okay. I'm not good with numbers, I told you guys. But there's a lot of water in us. We're affected by the moon. The waning moon, the waxing moon, the full moon. I'm affected big time. I get most of my downloads before the full moon. I'm very affected before the full moon. After the full moon, I get very sleepy, because I've had all the downloads and now I have to process. So you ask yourself, how's your body affected around the full moon? Because during the next full moon, your emotions are going to get whipped up. Now, mine will happen before the full moon because that's how I work. But for you, they're saying, prepare for this. Your emotions and also the fears, because it's emotions, right? They're going to come to the surface. Sometimes you're going to think, oh my God, up and down, up all over the place. You're going to think you're going nuts. But no, you need to keep calm because it's only going to last for a few days. It's just what happens. It's like the tide being pulled in and out. You can't control that. So during that time, because it's an emotional time, you're going to find yourself looking back, looking forward. You're going to be reflecting on your life now, the way it was, which might find you feeling sad, remorseful, angry, who knows the feelings that you're going to go through. But you're going to be gaining proper focus, and you're going to be seeing things in a different way. You're going to gain insight, and you're going to start realizing how you need to reprioritize certain things in order to bring about the happiness in your life that you want. And after the full moon, you're going to start a very fertile period, which makes sense for me too. Before the full moon, I get all my downloads. Right after, I process, and then it all starts going into action. And that's what's happening for you. You're going to get a lot of challenges that happen, but a lot of really exciting changes as well. There's going to be new and rewarding friendships that you're going to form. There's going to be new creative endeavors that you're going to pursue. And it's all because that reflective light in the full moon has had you looking back and realizing things in a different light. Your perspective has changed. You've been enlightened. So right now you can get ready. Say thank you to the full moon. Thank you to the moon for showing you, the divine goddess energy, for showing me things in a different light. And embrace the blessings that are coming. You're welcoming that. Open your arms. This is amplified feelings. This is your imagination being heightened, your intuition being heightened. A time of fertility. It's definitely about reflection. And it's about goddess energy. Ooh, hi. Right when I said that, the hummingbird came in. Did you see her? That's me. That's me. The hummingbird, goddess energy. And she came in to say hi right then. I love when she does that. I love when they come in and they punctuate things. Ooh, we got this yesterday. Whatever you choose to communicate, sincerity is felt by the heart. Remember, things left unsaid are open to interpretation, so be clear. We don't want to say nothing. Sometimes people choose to say nothing, and then it's left up to interpretation. I don't understand. Hurt feelings can happen, misunderstandings, sadness, anger, and everything can be rectified by speaking. Situations can be completely dissolved with words. Silence can cause so many blockages and so many problems. Communication is heightened here. You're choked up, don't be. Focus on the divine masculine and ask for the courage to speak your truth. Ask for the right words. Clear up any misunderstandings. There's a web here. Maybe you need to communicate with somebody that you found out has lied. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Do I need to address somebody? Or maybe somebody's going to apologize to you about something. Remember, it's very difficult for somebody to come forward and say something. Remember that. We all have to remember that. It's hard. And maybe what we have to hear is really hard. But we have to remember that when somebody comes to tell us something, that's hard. That's a big move. Is there distance between you and another? And you know you need to speak? You've been communicating, but not by speech. You need to speak face to face. Think about how you speak, what you say and how you say it. If you're worried about your words, it's not so much the words that you say. It's the sincerity that's felt. Don't be ashamed to show your feelings. Sometimes people they hold on to pride and they don't want to allow themselves to, feel vulnerable, not realizing that if you allowed yourself to be vulnerable and you allowed the feelings to be shown, that would make all the difference in the world. And it could make things so easy for you. Maybe you're holding on. It's easier for you not to speak, not realizing that, oh my gosh, if I had just said this, all of this would have been released. All of this could have happened. All of this could move forward because it's a blue sky and sunshine. Focus on the happiness and let's get moving forward in life in a positive way. It's all being tied up because your throat chakra is blocked. So sing. Do something to stimulate your throat chakra. The orange butterfly just flew by again. So this is personal relationship, sexual energy. Tell somebody how you feel. Do you love somebody? Do you miss somebody? Do you want to ask somebody out? Has to do with sexual energy. Maybe it's creativity. You want to work on a project together? I don't know. But the sexual energy is the highest motivating force that we have. So use it. Call on your sacral chakra. Stimulate your sacral chakra. You do that by moving your hips, dancing, walking. I wish somebody would have told me, babe. Someday these would be the good old days. All the nights you won't forget. All the reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's going to change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days. I wished, listen to this. This is him, or her. I just wanted my names in the lights. Now look where we're at. Still grown up. I lay in my bed and I dream about who I could become. Just me and you on that futon, sneaking out. The good old days. I wish I had asked her out on that date. I wish I wouldn't have worried so much about what everybody else had to say. I wish I would have put that bottle back up on the shelf. I wish I hadn't have drank that whole glass myself. I wish I would have said this. I wish I would have done that. Well, here's your opportunity. Communication. Don't sit and wish. Do it. It's the truth. It's the truth. Right now. I wish I'd been comfortable with myself. Sneaking in love. Sneaking out. Falling in love, me and you on that futon. It's the truth. That's a private message, but you know what it is. And that's funny, when I hear this song every time, it was a futon. So, communication, it's the truth. Whatever it is, whatever this means to you, you know what it means. It's the truth. So at 1 hour and 17 minutes, we're at a wrap. Love you guys.